Hey, welcome to Midnight Customs. I'm Brandon, and this is the next part in our fluxcore video series of how to flux core weld for beginners by beginners. Now, today we are going to be working with 1/4 inch thick plate. So this is probably about as thick as you're going to want to get with a 110 volt welder. You can do it thicker, but we'll get into the thicker stuff later. Also, I'm running 030 flux core wire, and realistically for 1/4 inch and above, you probably want to run 035. This machine will do 030, 035, and 040, but we're using 030 because that's what I buy and that's what I got on hand. So, and if you remember from the previous videos, don't buy a bunch of stuff that's out of your budget just because you think you got to have it. The goal is to be able to do these things on a minimal budget and still be able to get your projects done, teach yourself, have fun, so on. So anyway, let's just get right into it. We're going to do a T-joint with these, and we're going to try a technique that I have not done before, and it's the circle E technique, where you're just doing this like you're writing a lowercase e. So usually I do the whip and pause, and that usually works out pretty good. But like I said, this is for beginners by beginners, and we're going to get right into this. Also, don't forget your nozzle gel and anti-spatter spray. So you don't want those BBs getting stuck to your table, and then you got to sit there and chip them and grind them. It's a big mess. So here we go, folks. All right, now off screen, the guy went ahead and sprayed the anti-spatter spray and dipped the welding nozzle in the gel. So in the interest of time, your time is important, and I want to give you the best quality I can give you for your time. Just remember, your time is your currency. So these are all clean. One side is not clean, to show you the difference. We are going to tack this up on the ends. All right, we got that tacked up. I'm going to get you on in here so you can get a good view, front row seat. Now, this wire's jumping around quite a bit, and I'm not sure exactly why, so we'll start again on the other side. And I think I know why, so try this. So what we have going on here is this looks like crap. We got 112 volts here, 125 here, and 145 right here in the center. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the back side of this. Now this bottom plate's clean, this top plate on the back side is not, but we're going to run the whole thing at 145. Alright, we did half of that at 145 doing a reverse circle E. On this side, we're just going to run a stringer. And we have a smoking gun. Alright, we're going to let that cool off. And then we'll hit it with a wire brush and I'll show you what each one looks like. Alright, so we let it cool down a little bit. It's still really hot, but I did hit it with a wire wheel. And I'll show you something real quick. You got lots of choices in wire wheels. These are your most common ones. You can get them in a pack. Harbor Freight, Amazon, any hardware store, even automotive stores carry these. And they work good enough. These go into a drill. So those work super cheap. You can also get the little cup brushes. It looks like that, but it's a cup. You know what I mean? So what I got recently, and I have no idea why a guy didn't get these a long time ago, because they work so much better. You got these. These are gnarly. A knotted wire brush. This one is an aggressive one, and then this does great for getting mill scale off, which I actually used this one to clean up 2 of these plates. And then over here on the old angle grinder, you have a less aggressive, and it's you got more of them. These are stainless steel, and excuse me, I got allergies really bad this summer. It's those dang cottonwoods. They're just the bane of my existence. Anyway, these work really good. They work really good. Much better than these. And the reason for that is, 1, you got like 12,000 RPM on this, and 2, you got 12,000 RPM on this. And 3, if I didn't mention it already, this is a tight weave, so it really bites in. This will shoot more cheek pokers at you and little heat-seeking missiles looking for your eyeballs than these, but don't get it messed up. Wear your PPE. I don't give a crap. either one of these take out an eyeball. This one can take off the skin off your finger real quick, right down to the bone. This just recently happened to my dad, like 24 hours ago. Not here at his own shop, but regardless, wear your PPE and always be careful and pay attention to what you're doing. By the way, disclaimer, full transparency. Whatever you do is on your own. I assume no responsibility for it. I'm simply showing you tools and tricks and things that I've learned in my short time, but I have progressed significantly in that short time. So I want to share with you guys. Enough about that. Let's get you in over here. Get the camera set up a little better so you can see it better. So this is what we got going on. That one was all over the place. That one looks really good. Almost like it was stick welded. And that one looks like crap. Now, all three of these are at different voltage settings. Clearly the 140 amp one looks the best. This one looks good too, but it kind of got away from me because I was welding out of my comfort zone. I'll flip it over. Oh, by the way, real quick, this right here is what becomes of your nozzle gel once it gets hot. It's basically like a wax, but petroleum based. Okay, so here that is a really nice weld. Also, again, it looks like I ran it with like a 7018 rod, but I didn't. This is all fluxcore 030 wire. So these are both just stringers. Right there, as you can see, right, I need to get better lighting in here. Right there. And then again, right there. That is porosity. Those are little wormholes. And you can see it kind of back cut a little bit. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure if we put this in the vise and we beat on it with the old Nancy Kerrigan, the 9-pound Nancy Kerrigan, they're going to hold. The plate's going to bend, might knock the vise off the workbench, but that is not going to break. This over here is not going to break. One thing I do know is that my welds don't break. The steel will bend, but I have never had a weld break on me. So, not since the very beginning where my welds look like bird poop with sticks sticking out of it. Oh yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. So, Anywho's and way, this is where we're at. This is what we got. So if you have any questions or suggestions, whatever you want to say to me, drop it down below. Leave me a comment. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want. We'd appreciate it. Definitely helps the channel out and helps us continue to keep making videos. But I hope this video is helpful to you, and I hope you got some good information, and I hope it inspired you to do better than me. But realistically, you only have to be better today than you were yesterday. That's all that matters. You're not in a competition. I'm not worried about stacking dimes. I kinda ish can, but not very good. Don't care. What I'm worried about is making sure that I have good solid welds and they're gonna hold up. So I do make a lot of my own tools as I come across things, because let's face it, everything's expensive. Everything. I don't want to pay a whole bunch of money for stuff that I can build at home for a tenth, if even that. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you next week.